Why China is building artificial islands to control the South China Sea. Imagine the South China Sea as a large arena where a high-stakes game of strategy and power is taking place. The year is 2023, and because China has taken center stage, tensions have been building for years. But why is this country creating man-made islands in the middle of these contentious waters? Join me as we explore the causes, ramifications, and effects of China's risky island-building initiative as we solve the enigma around it. A whisper in the wind asks, can artificial islands change the balance of power? Amid the South China Sea's deep blue seas, it is a story of global aspirations, national interests, and tactical decisions. But before we get into the meat of this tale, let's examine the motivations for China's creation of these engineering wonders. You have arrived in the South China Sea, an area full of commercial routes, natural riches, and disputed territorial claims. China started a massive project to build artificial islands in an effort to solidify its position. These islands, constructed on underwater reefs and atolls, would act as strategic outputs, giving China the chance to expand its military influence and strengthen its claims in the area. Asserting sovereignty. China's decision to create man-made islands is firmly founded in its ambition to impose its control over contested waters. These waterways contain important maritime routes through which a sizable amount of world trade passes, as well as precious resources. China wants to send a strong message to rival claimants by strengthening its presence and defending its territorial claims by establishing these islands. How can these islands strengthen China's territorial claims? Expanding maritime dominance. As China's artificial islands rise from the ocean depths, so does its maritime influence. These artificial constructions act as strategic bases and houseports, airfields, and military facilities. With such improved capabilities, China obtains more dominance over the water, further solidifying its maritime hegemony in the area. How does China benefit strategically from these man-made islets in the South China Sea? Escalating regional tensions. With great ambitions come great challenges. China's island building has ignited tensions among neighboring countries and raised international concerns. Disputed claims collide, and naval standoffs become increasingly common. Regional stability is at risk as a result of how these islands are changing the geopolitical environment. How have other nations reacted to China's efforts to construct islands? Environmental impact. Beyond geopolitical ramifications, the construction of artificial islands takes a toll on the fragile marine ecosystem. The dredging and land reclamation processes disrupt coral reefs and marine habitats, leading to ecological consequences that extend far beyond the man-made shores. What environmental consequences arise from building artificial islands? Geopolitical influence. China's geopolitical dominance in the area is shifting as it secures its foothold through man-made islands. The South China Sea becomes a focus of global interest, attracting major nations into the conflict. As nations grapple for supremacy, diplomatic negotiations intertwine with military posturing, intensifying the complexities of this maritime puzzle. How do these artificial islands impact the geopolitical landscape of the South China Sea? Economic implications. Beyond territorial claims, the South China Sea holds immense economic significance. It allows the transfer of products and energy resources as a vital marine commerce route. With China's expanding economic might, the island building policy is regarded as a way to defend these critical maritime routes and protect its commercial interests. What impact does these man-made islands have on the South China Sea regional and international trade? International response. The world community has taken note of China's rampant island construction. Nations far beyond the region voice their concerns and interests as the implications of these artificial islands extend worldwide. In reaction to this geopolitical hotspot, diplomatic discussions and alliances develop, influencing the dynamics of international policies. How have China's island building efforts been received by the global community? Legal framework. Concerns regarding international law and the legal ramifications of territorial claims are also raised by the situation in the South China Sea. and establishing marine boundaries and resolving disputes, the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, is crucial. The continuous story becomes much more intriguing when one appreciates the complexity of this judicial system. How does the South China Sea issue affect international law, in particular UNCLOS? Future scenarios. Looking ahead, the South China Sea's destiny is still a mystery. Will diplomatic resolutions prevail, or will tensions escalate further? China's artificial islands might have long-lasting strategic repercussions that could affect regional stability and the Indo-Pacific's power dynamics. What situations may the South China Sea and its major stakeholders face in the future, balancing security and cooperation? In the end, the South China Sea scenario necessitates skillful juggling between security concerns and cooperation endeavors. In order to promote peace and development in the area, constructive conversation and mutual understanding are essential as nations work to protect their sovereignty, economic interests, and national security. How can nations strike a balance between asserting their interests and promoting cooperation in the South China Sea? With its complicated flips and turns, the tale of China's man-made islands in the South China Sea keeps enthralling the globe. We have seen this bold endeavor's effects on the environment, the spread of maritime domination, the aggravation of tensions, and the pursuit of territorial claims. It serves as a reminder of the complex interactions between countries in the international arena through its narrative of power, ambition, and responsibility. We have investigated the many dimensions of China's island-building program in this voyage, from its geopolitical impact to its economic ramifications, and the response it has received internationally. We've discussed the legal implications and speculated on probable future events. Let's continue our quest for knowledge and understanding in a world that is always evolving as we round off this chapter. Please like and subscribe to our channel if you've enjoyed this investigation of the South China Sea and want to see more thought-provoking videos. Post your ideas and queries in the comment section below.